Jerry, any thoughts on the Washington Post article and how the picture they painted of you from a picture when you were 14 years old?
Yeah, that was, 65 years ago, and a curious kid. I didn't know at the time the monumental event, really, that was going on, and I'm sure glad that we're a long way from that. I am, and we just that would remind me just continue to do everything we can to not have those kinds of things happen.
Any regrets of just being in the photo, being there at all?
What?
Any regrets on being in the photo, being there at all?
Well, I wouldn't have just dug that up for sure. I mean, seriously. But that was curiously, I got criticized because I was more interested in how I was going to be punished by my coaches and everybody for being out front. But nobody there had any idea, frankly, what was going to take place. You didn't. We didn't have all the last 70 years of reference and all the things that were going, and so you didn't have a reference point there. Still, I've got a habit of sticking this nose in the right place at the wrong time.
Did you get in trouble with your coach for being?
I sure did.
What was the punishment?
Well, I was a young sophomore trying to make the team, and they kicked my ass.
Jerry, it came out to the Little Rock situation at Little Rock Central, though, right? That photo and that incident.
Excuse me?
That incident came out, the situation in Little Rock Central.
Well, that was North Little Rock,
right,
which was literally just 2 or 3 miles away.
Was it the same day as Little Rock Central, or it came a
as I
different
recall,
day?
As I recall, it was certainly in proximity with it. Those were certainly the issues that were going on, but did not have the structure or it was not the event that the central thing was.
Jerry, do you understand the perception that people have of you standing there? Because that was not exactly a welcoming committee that day.
Yeah, I sure do. And I understand that. I've just understand it. Yes.
So for the people that look at that and say you were a part of that, and you're saying you were curious, and other people are saying, well, this was a crowd, basically,
Look, that was 65 years ago, and I had no idea when I walked up there what we were doing, and it just is a reminder to me of how to improve and do things the right way.
So what did you think of the crowd who, these kids were just trying to go to school? There was a whole lot of people, there was a lot of hostility towards those kids.
Yeah, you want to ask me what I was thinking? Okay, I was thinking about I'm going to get in trouble for being up here, and I didn't know what was going on, and I was 15 years old. And so having said that, that's all that I can remember. Okay.
Okay, so the usual suspects are very upset with Jerry Jones because, they're shocked that a group of gliders didn't want Sun people taking over their school. All white school, black kids about to come over there in droves for the first time ever, 65 years ago. And the modern black person who talks about racism 24/7, 365, while you're trying to watch sports. I mean, these are on sports shows. They talk about racism 24/7. It's a social issues and systemic this and systemic that. Now they're confronted with a picture of a group of whites standing outside of a school 65 years ago. Like, wait a second, man. This is our school. Y'all can't come here. They're shocked by that now. But modern day racism exists everywhere compared to them. but they're shocked when they see it 65 years ago. And Jerry Jones being 15 years old at that time, it's interesting how he can't get a pass. But the biggest story of the NFL season to me that went uncovered, completely uncovered by all the sports shows, completely uncovered. I mean, this went completely ignored by Stephen A. Smith, Shannon Sharp, Skip Bayless, Max Kellerman, Get Up, everybody, was Washington Redskins or Washington Commanders rookie standout from the University of Alabama was shot during a botched carjacking in my old neighborhood, 8th Street, Washington, D.C. Broad daylight in front of dozens and dozens and dozens of people. He survived, but now they've arrested the 15-year-old who shot him in broad daylight in front of dozens and dozens of people during a botched carjacking. And now they're connecting that 15-year-old to another murder. The murder of a black teen. But this teen right here, he's just a kid. What were you doing when you were 15? He just a baby. He don't need to go to jail. He just a baby. Let him out when he's 18. Prison pipeline, right? Is this the school, the prison pipeline? Made this 15-year-old run up on this professional football player in a crowded intersection and carjack him in front of dozens of people and then shoot him and then kill another teen in another incident. This is what your 15-year-olds are doing, Black America. That's why those gliders didn't want you around it 65 years ago. That's why they didn't want you coming to their school 65 years ago. That's why in every major city, all the white kids go to private schools. All of them. That's why you can make, if you're looking for a business venture, open a private school in a diverse city and charge $40,000 a year tuition and just wait. All the gliders are going to send their kids to that school. They don't want their kids going to school with your kids because of stuff like this. And furthermore, back in Jerry Jones' day, his racist heyday of racism, and when he was just stopping y'all from going to school. Jerry Jones by himself was stopping y'all from going to school. No one wanted you around. Even upper class Sun people. The so-called talented 10th, the bourgeoisie, the boule, they ain't want you around. So yeah, this is a group of wealthy black people discussing how they felt it was bad that low-income black people from the South began migrating to Los Angeles in the late 60s. Okay? This is your wealthy black people living in Los Angeles complaining about all these fucking sunmen from the South coming to Los Angeles. And we all see how that turned out. But this is before it turned out like that. Let's see what the wealthy blacks. Let's see what the wealthy blacks would have to say before we had the whole Bloods and Crips situation. This is pre-Bloods and Crips, pre-gangster rap.
Los Angeles, the mob. By 1970, there'll probably be 1 million Negroes in this city. And I know that people are concerned about this. They may not talk about it very often, but I certainly heard them shudder in church.
You heard that? Did you hear that? These are black people.
They would say she sounds white.
Hey, Jock, quickly, Jock. What do you think about this, Jock? Quickly, though.
I didn't hear it. Can you play it again?
Los Angeles a month. By 1970, there'll probably be 1 million Negroes in this city. And I know that people are concerned about this. They may not talk about it very often, but I certainly heard them shudder in church when he said there'd be 1 million Negroes in Los Angeles.
Jocks, this year, man. All right. This confirms everything we see on those Taz exclusive community posts.
I mean, there's always been wild, violent Negroes. That's not like
No,
yeah,
she said no.
that's not groundbreaking.
Jocks, she said people shuddered to think that there would be 1 million Negroes in the city. People were shuddered. They like scared, like uncontrollable shaking, man.
Right. Okay. So it's like at one point you'll say that it's like, man, it's like a back and forth thing. Like, I'm not saying, so she's probably talking about a small percentage of Negroes that were making a whole lot of noise. But I don't think that she was saying that most of us were doing that shit. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I mean, she didn't want the small population of Negroes to come into
breaking
that
up now,
place
man.
that she was at.
You breaking up, but go ahead, Nate. Go ahead.
What she was saying is there's 1 million of us coming. That's what she was saying. She wasn't saying a small percentage, nothing. So she said there's 1 million of us coming, and we're fucking spooked.
And
See, that doesn't even represent what's going on. That doesn't even represent what's going on now, though.
But do you see
that's what she
I mean,
said.
it sounded good. Yeah, I mean, it sounds good.
Chop. But here's the thing. Here's the problem with your logic. You know what happened next. The Bloods, the Crips era, 2,000 murders a year, gang violence, uncontrollable, even to today. The legacy of that stuff is still there today. You
Kids
acting
rolling
like,
up on you with scooters.
right? He acting like he don't know what happened next.
And this lady's trying to warn you. She saw it. I mean, she saw it back then.
Yeah, she saw what was about to happen, Jocks, and then it happened. Like, it ain't like she said this, and then you got to say, well, see, we proved her wrong. Look, we went out there and built Black Hollywood and Black Wall Street. No, you went out there and created the Bloods and the Crips and slaughtered each other and created a black genocide and destroyed the city. And she said that was going to happen. And it happened. Well, she didn't say that was going to happen. She said that she was terrified about what was going to happen.
Los Angeles a month. By 1970, there'll probably be 1 million Negroes in this city. And I know that people are concerned about this. They may not talk about it very often, but I certainly heard them shudder in church when he said there'd be 1 million Negroes in Los Angeles.
We shudder because we're saying, in essence, the majority of these people are not like we are. And we felt...
Uh-oh. We shudder.
That's that bad.
We shudder because the majority of these people are not like we are. They not productive, hardworking, stable Negroes. These are, you about to get some Negroes up here. Negroes.
We shudder because we're saying, in essence, the majority of these people are not like we are. And we felt that maybe some of us felt we left the South because we were getting away from this problem. We are part of this exodus too, but we are a little.
But this is crazy, man. They left to get away from these Sun people, and make sure you hit the PayPal, Cash App, Super Chat. Don't worry about the like button. This is groundbreaking, man. Only on Ock Nation, man. These Sun people left the South to get away from these Sun people, and then these Sun people followed them. This is crazy, man. Listen, man. I've experienced the same thing. I've left my town. I left DC to get away from niggas. Not to get away from niggas, but it's like I didn't. When the opportunity came to move, I was cool with it because as a Washingtonian, I'm used to that stuff, and I like living in DC. It is home, and I'm comfortable there. But when the opportunity came to leave DC, I was open to it more than I would have been in the past. And and a big part of that was to get away from niggas. Now niggas are coming here where I'm at, and I'm telling you, man, the data is in. When we come to a place, we bring certain shit. They bring in the same shit up here. And it's them, and it's no conspiracy. It's not a theory. It's not it's them. They're the ones doing it. The news has changed where I'm at. Where I'm at, the news used to be like cats stuck in a tree, or a water main burst, or there was a
no more car streams for Ock.
Yeah,
celebrating old people's birthdays.
Yeah, meth lab exploded. Miss Mary Mack turned 99 today. It's just, now it's robberies, carjackings, and the goddamn shit is crazy, man. And it's them.
And they're not allowed to identify the suspect on the news.
Well, every time they have security footage, it's one of us. And I'm like, damn, because I'm thinking like, damn, everybody can see it. And the news anchors here aren't equipped for it. Like the news anchors here, they just not equipped for it. The people, the gliders that were here before, they're not equipped for it. They're already starting to pull their kids out of schools because the schools have turned into gang fights and all that stuff. So they're starting to pull their kids out of the schools. Because the gliders, the public schools here was 95 to 100% gliders 10 years ago. The public schools. Now the gliders, they started to pull the kids out of the public schools.
They're like, oh, y'all at 2%, we're out. Yeah.
Yeah, they so and then that's a telltale. Jim Sefton says crime is out of control, needs to be punished regardless of age or race and circumstance. Do a crime, expect to be punished. But yeah, I feel sorry for these Sun people because this guy right here on the screen, literally what he feared happened.
Exodus too, but we are a little maybe embarrassed by the fact that here we're going to have a mass element come in that's going to create a tremendous social problem in the community, to which we find a great deal of difficulty in relating to.
Well, I don't sound like a do-gooder, because I really am not, and I'm somewhat of a snob. But I do think that with these people coming in who are not our intellectual equals, nor are they of our sociological bracket, they're not to be a handicap to us. They'll find their own level. Now, I do sound like a snob, but I don't mean it this way. But they're used to living a certain way, and they too might rise up above their origin and might one day be our associates.
The whole tone of this meeting is we're setting ourselves up as little puppet Jesuses. We can't help anyone else until we help ourselves. The Negro has had two professions, his own medicine, dentistry, law, or psychiatry, and he's had the profession of being a Negro. And many of us have come out here to escape from this second profession of being a Negro. And we are out here.
Damn. They came out here to escape from the profession of being a Negro.
These are the ones. These are the ones that marketing company was telling you to go after. The black family there.
Yeah. Salute to Alexander Barron. Yeah. You talking about selling to the Negro, 1954. Yeah. This is listen, man, these people, I feel bad for these people because knowing what happened next, like this is 1960s Los Angeles. By 1980, there's fucking thousands of murders every year, gang violence, shootouts everywhere, and
they moved into the neighborhoods of these people.
Exactly. Yeah, definitely. And it's like, and this guy's, he's trying to be on the fence, but everybody, and these people are very smart, so they know what's going to happen. If you're smart, you know what's going to happen when 1 million Negroes show up in your city.
A while, and we're working in our own field, and then we find out that here these same problems are falling on the heels of 1,600 Negroes a month that come into Los Angeles. Now,
1,600 Negroes a month coming into Los Angeles at the 1960s. So that means that somebody heard something. What was the jobs? There must be jobs out there, something. Cheap housing. Somebody heard something for that many Negroes to be flooding up there every month in the 60s.
this is our problem. It's our own view. It's our own identifying with these Negroes that are coming in with their carpetbags that causes us problems.
This is a basic embarrassment that we as Negroes have. We want to live together, yet we want to sort of scatter to the far winds and live amongst white people. We are brought up in terms of this, that to have
Wow.
basic embarrassment that we as Negroes have. We want to live together, yet we want to sort of scatter to the far winds and live amongst white people. We are brought up in terms of this, that to have a dark skin, to be a Negro, there is something wrong with it. And if you take a child and raise him, a very impressionable child, and have him grow up in an atmosphere where your color of skin is something that is looked down upon, that there is something wrong with you, that you are not, you don't have the abilities of other people. Even no matter how much education, no matter how much training, etc. you have, a lot of these impressions stay with you. I feel that we have to search for a new image.
When I wake up in the morning, I don't look in the mirror and say, you are a Negro, therefore you will face life in a certain way. I see myself as a person just like all the people that I work with and the children that I deal with. And
This is the 1960s, man. That ain't what we was told. We told yes or balls. Don't hit me upside my head, balls. I was sorry, Mr. Charlie. These niggas.
She's just one of the few that figured it out.
It seems like there's a lot of them. Boy Kachina says, hey, you think Soros should be asked why he didn't just spend money on lie detectors for prisons instead of letting everyone out? Oh, shit. Then his true motivation would be harder to hide. No peace, nation. Yeah, man, that's funny, man. That's hysterical, man. Yeah, man.
His job is to put chaos on the streets.
Yeah, I heard he died, but I haven't got confirmation of it.
No.
Okay.
No, that was a fake news trend.
Okay. Yeah, he's he like the devil. The devil never dies.
Just like all the people that I work with and the children that I deal with, and they're all people.
I've got to break in here. I've tolerated it long. This idea of this consciousness of you've got to look in the mirror to face yourself to go from this bit about being a Negro is very nice. The individual, this concept was instilled in you before you could think. Right.
Oh, I know.
You see, and first of all, we have as a symbol in our community the white, straight hair, brown hair, as the symbol of the things to strive for. Now, there's nothing wrong with it, except that it represents the very fact that we are talking about. The idea, the Negro in our society is a rejected child. There's no two ways about it. It's in Los Angeles, it's in New York City, it's in any place in the United States.
So yeah, man, there you have it, man. Georgia Swan says, hey, these same sons live in my town. Only 1.5% son. Now, but they are 1000% woke. Yeah, definitely. The Sons here are wokely woke. They built a Black History Museum here a couple years ago, and they woke here, man. You got fucking 5% Sun population that built the Black History Museum. Yeah, but it's salute to these Sun people, man. They tried, man. These people right here tried. They tried, man.
They tried to warn them. They tried
That's
to
an
warn them.
interesting clip.